for you, you said that you were a housewife for 5 years. Why did that relationship end? Did you end it or did he end it?
I ended it.
Why'd you end
it? We just grew apart. We were together since after high school, and he got audited, and we were done.
Damn! Was this some IRS shit?
He went broke.
He got audited, and I was like, I found the paperwork.
What kind of business did he run?
A plumbing company and
a plumbing company
and a few Airbnbs.
Was it
okay?
Was it a front?
Was it a plug? Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
He just got audited. He didn't pay attention to the paperwork. He was so busy trying to pay attention to what I was doing with my production company.
That happens. Sometimes people get lost in the sauce of taxes.
Did he tell you that he got audited, or you found out?
I found the paperwork
on your own.
Yeah.
And that's when you left him?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm a little confused. So he was providing for you, taking care of you for 5 years, and then you found IRS audit paperwork.
Yeah.
What did you see specifically that made you say, I have to get out of this?
I also found some bank statements. And it just wasn't looking like what he was talking about.
He was broke. There it is. It always comes down to he was broke.
Hold on. But at that point, we had been together for such a long time and everything was consistent. So once I found the paperwork, it kind of started going downhill from there. So I guess I must have found it right on time.
So what did you find specifically that made you say, okay, I got to get out of this?
Those bank statements, bro. That's what it was. That's what it was.
No, but like, what was it in the bank statements? Was it that he told you that? Because here's the thing, I want to be very clear about this, so I understand.
He got $12 in his account. That's why she left.
Did he tell you he was making a certain amount of money and he didn't have that money? Is that what it was?
No, not necessarily. It was a certain type of. We had a routine. So once the routine started to switch up, I started to investigate as to what was going on.
Okay, what was this routine in particular that you guys used to do?
Here we go.
Travel.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
We travel quite often.
Okay.
Once that started to slow up within like maybe our last 6 months together.
So it's your fault.
No, it's not my fault.
So this guy took care of you. You guys traveled. He ran the business, and you dumped him because he got audited by the IRS.
It was a little more than that. It was also
stupid.
like he just really wasn't the same type of, like I was telling you earlier, as far as like people growing out of each other. It just wasn't really all working.
So you guys grew apart?
It was also a part of that, but he really just wasn't in the same place.
I love it.
I would say you grew apart from him. I would say you grew apart from him.
We grew apart from each other.
She made a very good point, Donovan.
Okay.
If you want to get rid of her, get bank statements.
Real talk.
Really low.
Real talk.
Leave on the
Real
table.
talk.
I said, honey, I'm going out for a trip with the boys. She'll go, real talk. She gonna see it like, damn, this nigga broke.
Real talk. Listen,
Okay.
what she just described. I'm sorry about that. What she just described. The reason she left her husband is because he was broke. It's the same as a man leaving his wife because she gets fat. Literally the same thing.
Really?
Yes.
Not necessarily. I would say a man is supposed to take care of the household,
and a woman
make
is
sure the
supposed to be in
household
shape.
is run. And I was in shape, and everything was in order as far as my house is concerned. So if he lacking on his end, then that means somebody need to pick up the torch and back.
I'm with you.
So at the end of the day, since you're not meeting the requirements and I am, that means that I need to go.
Just out of curiosity,
right now.
hold on. I just want to make sure.
That
I just want to make sure I understand this correctly. So you guys used to travel together. Did you guys go internationally, domestically?
Yeah, we did everything.
You guys did everything. Okay. So you guys would go, how often were you guys traveling? Once a month? Once every 2 months?
Like once every 2 months.
Okay,
Damn, this
so
thing
once
was
every 2 months you
ballin'.
guys were traveling, and you had a plumbing business in Airbnbs, and then the trip started to subside in the last 6 months that you guys were together.
Yeah.
So for 4.5 years, you guys traveled every 2 months or so.
Yeah.
And then it started to stop. And then what was the excuse he gave you for why the trip started to subside?
Well, he didn't have to give me an excuse. I started to see a switch in pattern. Like I told you, he had a routine. So I started to pick up within my makeup career, and he started to come home to watch what I was doing and who was coming in and out of where I was working at. So he was getting distracted and misplacing where his work needed to be. So if you're supposed to be at work from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the afternoon and you coming home at 11 a.m., that's a problem for me because you watching me and who coming in and out of what my business is.
Okay.
So if I'm doing celebrities or if they boyfriends coming or whatever, you can't be insecure or worried about what's going on.
Okay.
That's the dilemma.
So all right, so he started coming back early, and then you said, okay, why is he coming back from work earlier?
Right,
and
he was distracted
because
he was
there were
too busy
men coming in the
worried about
house
what I was
too.
doing.
And then you were that prompted you
it
to
wasn't men.
You
Not
said celebrities, not necessarily,
yeah,
or no?
For example, like Suki Hana, and she was with Bill at the time. She came to my house to get service, and Bill came along with her. Stuff like that.
So you're telling me your boyfriend or your husband had no problem with the fact that there were boyfriends and husbands of celebrity in the house with you?
Correct.
So why was he leaving work early to see what you were doing? What
was
else,
on him.
What else would he suspect?
You want to know what he suspected? That his paperwork was incorrect and he financially wasn't in order no more.
That didn't answer my question. question. I asked you why he came home from work early to see what you were doing. It's got nothing to do with paperwork. And his insecurities were based on what exactly?
Himself.
Himself. And what about himself made him insecure?
Himself.
See, what you guys are seeing, what you guys are seing, this is the perfect example, and she's smiling because she knows this is true.
No,
this is the perfect thing. There you go. Himself, him. He's the reason, he's the reason. You had what I presume to be a good dude who took good care of you.
Right.
The guy went broke and you left him. I got no problem with that. But don't, you're not going to sit here and tell us that you were the perfect housewife and that you did nothing wrong. Myron and Fresh, you guys used to ask this question all the time. Name one thing he did wrong and one thing you did wrong. Yeah. And I guarantee you, if I asked you one thing you did wrong, you'd probably give me some bullshit answer like, I got married too young, or maybe I was too naive. So now I ask you, what did you do wrong?
What I did wrong was...
Nothing.
Yeah, I did do something wrong.
You allowed men into your house when he wasn't there. And that's why he was insecure.
What is that? What'd you do wrong?
I picked a man who wasn't secure enough to understand their business.
There it is. What did I...
And play his
There's an artist.
Never fails, bro.
His name's Chris Brown. He made a song.
Yeah.
You know what it's called?
These hoes ain't loyal. No, they ain't.
5 years for you.
I was waiting for a very long time, and the relationship was also plummeting, and so were his finances. So
there it is.
But hold on.
The relationship is plummeting because the finances were plummeting.
Exactly, which is whose fault? Because he's supposed to take care of the finances. So the relationship plummets when your finances are not important because you feel insecure or not at your plateau. So there we go.
The insecurity didn't have anything to do with the money, sweetheart. You know what that insecurity had to do with men. You know it. You know it.
Had to do with no men.
No. Were there men coming in your house, yes or no? Were there men coming in your house, yes or no?
Men don't come get their makeup done. Men come to pay for
why
their
did your
woman to get their
husband
makeup
feel the
done.
need to come back from work?
That's on
Early,
him.
yeah. The reason,
His insecurities.
okay, she's not going to say his insecurities. And insecurity is a two-way street, don't get me wrong. But here's the thing. Men aren't insecure for just no reason. If you just had female celebrities, you wouldn't feel the need to come home from work early to see what you're getting up to.
That's not true.
Is she bi?
Never mind. You know what? You're
I'm
right.
just sexy and fine, and he was feeling some type of
There
way.
you
That's
go.
it.
That's
all.
absolutely. Now that I don't
There's
buy,
nothing I
but
can do
okay,
about that.
I'm good.
All right, man.
Okay,
Can
got
I
it. You
ask
got
her
it.
a question real fast?
What's up?
She's gonna lie to you, dude. It's pointless.
Did you get married in the church?
Hell no.
I wasn't married,
She wasn't
you
married.
guys.
She
wasn't
with
married.
him
I wasn't
long
even
term.
married.
You said you were a housewife.
I was a housewife, but that don't mean I was married.
You got to be married to be a housewife, boo.
Shit, no,
Oh,
when he
but-
asking for kids, I don't think so.
She's shocking up, man.
Oh
Okay.
my God! This gets better and better.
All right, so you saw the bank statements. What was he like, negative, or was it significantly less than you thought it was?
$12, dude.
No, he was negative.
was negative.
He had not paid attention to the numbers because he was a real big number guy. He kept all these
How
bank
far to the
statements
negative?
together. I don't even want to say. That nigga had to fuck up. He had to fucked up, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Negative enough.
We should call him. We should call him right now.
He had. Oh no,
Where's
we
he
don't need
at?
to call him,
What's
y'all.
up?
I don't want to call him.
I believe her too. She said, "I'm gonna call that nigga."
How long ago were you guys together? Like, you broke up with him, like, how long ago?
I've been single for like 2 years now.
Okay, so you left him 2 years
Single
ago?
for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. What if he got his money back up, living good now? Would you go back to him?
Yeah, he could call me anytime then.
What the? Wow. So then, how do you know he was gonna bounce back? How'd you know?
He'll feel better when he reemerges. He'll feel better and he'll approach me with a different
why
attitude.
would he take you back then? Because you left him when he was at his low point.
Why would I need to go for him? He could come for me. He called me on my birthday, matter of fact.
Oh, that's why she left him.
There you go.
That's why she doesn't respect him.
No respect.
This man, you left this man and he still calls you for your birthday?
He
Yeah,
called
she
me
does
for my
not.
birthday.
Yeah, that's not a flex.
And I didn't answer, you guys.
That's definitely not a flex. Oh boy.
That's messed up, man.
She said he called my ex-husband, who I divorced because he's broke. He still calls me on my birthday. Get the bag, queen. Miss OnlyFans. Let's go, baby. 5 for 5. Let's do it. We're all winning up here. We're all winning up here. I don't have an OnlyFans.
I don't have an
Not
OnlyFans
yet.
either, but I didn't want to talk.
Wait, you said you ain't got an OnlyFans? You sure?
I don't have one.
You want to start one?
You
There
think
it
I
is.
make a top dollar?
There it is.
What you
There it
talking
is.
about? What
There
you
it is.
saying?
Hey, I mean, I'm just
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, because you mentioned earlier that girls shouldn't get married or when they're young, right? You were saying
Right.
that they need to be set in their professional, I guess, situation first.
I think they need to be established with self first.
Okay, so that encompasses all things: self-discovery, finances, etc.
Yes, being a hoe.
Okay.
Myron.
No, that has nothing to do with being a hoe. You're
always
so
says
funny.
the whole part.
All right, so
It's true.
I find
totally
it.
true.
Throwing it in there.
So I find it interesting. So you left a man,
All right.
right? And here's the thing: a lot of girls have done that before. They thought that their guy was doing something, but then
Sure.
they find out later
Yeah.
on that he's not doing that. And they're like, oh, he's lying, or maybe he's not making the money that they thought, or they just don't see a future with him. Would it be fair to say that you didn't see a future with him, so you said, I got to get out now?
At that point, at that time, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see a future, right?
Right.
So women are, would you agree with me that women are interested in a man's future?
We evaluate it, absolutely.
Yeah.
We sure
So,
are.
Wouldn't it be fair to say that men are interested in a woman's past?
Oops, no, he didn't.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So, don't you think like self-discovery and healing trauma and all this other crap that women talk about that they need to have done, don't you think men might find that as unattractive?
No.
Oh,
Really?
I feel like men actually want women who know themselves.
Do you think that's
100%.
unattractive, Myron? What she just said?
Hang on, I'm not done.
I'll let her
done.
finish. I'll let her finish.
Okay,
And then go ahead. Finish what you're trying to say.
I think that men like women who know themselves and, are fully comfortable. That's how you can be your complete sex.
Men and women are opposites, right?
Absolutely.
So if women are interested in a man's future, wouldn't it be fair to say that men are interested in a woman's past?
That's fine.
Okay, so if we're interested in a woman's past, why would a girl create a longer past for themselves where they could do dumb shit and make themselves less attractive? And then go ahead and try to get a
Like
guy to
being
take
a
them seriously.
hoe.
What do you mean by a longer path? Like taking your time to find a new
So
relationship?
like
the
being a hoe.
longer you take to get into a relationship, the more experiences you're gonna have, correct?
Not necessarily. Just because you're taking a long time to get into a relationship
Yeah, this
doesn't
is-
mean
this
that
is
you're
where-
sleeping with
yeah.
multiple people. Like I
By
said earlier.
by definition of you being older, when you get into a relationship, by definition that means you have more experiences because you've been on Earth longer, which means you have to have more experiences.
Experiences? Are you talking about sex?
Yes.
Is the question.
It could be sex. It could be a multitude. It could be experiences with the men. It could be being in a bad relationship. It could be a multitude of different things
Well,
that doesn't just.
experiences with men is to learn. So experiences
boy.
with men, as far as conversing, that's
boy.
a learning experience.
But-
That's how you develop and
But
figure
hold
out
on,
what you
hold
want.
on, Queen. At some point, you're gonna fuck some of them, right? I mean, we all want love here. So some
Yup.
point, you're gonna fuck some of them,
Okay.
right? So granted, he's just saying over that period of time is gonna add up. Yep. And if I'm a guy that wants to date, so I'm like, hold on, you got 20 bodies, 30 bodies, 50 bodies?
And then baggage.
I'm good.
I just find it interesting. I don't know if you guys saw what I did there, but I just flipped it. Like, it's okay for women to, disqualify a man because of his future. But if I say, well, we're going to disqualify you guys on your past, you look at me like I'm crazy or you don't even understand what
No,
I'm saying.
I actually don't. I don't disagree.
But here's
with you.
the thing. Here's the thing. I don't fault any woman for disqualifying a man if you don't see a future with him. Like
Right.
to me, like, look, man, if a girl says, "Well, the reason I broke up with my boyfriend is because he was broke," good for you. Like, you don't need to be with broke. You don't need to be with broke ass niggas. Like, I think we all
Preach.
know and understand that. By the same token, men like us also preach about not wifing up hoes or women with OnlyFans or women who think they need to find themselves. And here's one more thing: self-love is a myth. Ladies, you cannot love yourself unless a man, M-A-N, loves you first. Ooh. Let me repeat that. You cannot love yourself unless a man loves you first. You guys
That's
ever
a
heard?
joke.
You got okay.
my
Well. Here's the prestige. Here's the. It's the joke. It's the joke. It's all funny. Haha. Why do you think they coined the phrase "daddy issues"?
That's
Yeah. Exactly.
that doesn't even equate. Like that's weird.
Myron, will you please explain?
Yes.
Well, allow me to explain.
I don't get
A woman who. You don't get it?
No, I said that. I don't
Okay,
get it.
so here's what happens. The reason why girls who are raised without a father or weak or absentee fathers end up on the stripper pole is because the only unconditional love a woman will truly experience in her lifetime is from her father. Okay? And when a little girl knows that no matter what, that man is going to do whatever it takes, come hell or high water, to make sure she's happy, she's not going to give herself away to drug dealers. She's not going to give herself away to people who are broke ass niggas. She makes this face because she knows I'm right, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why we coined the phrase daddy issues. And here's another thing to go off of that self-love thing. Self-love is just like the aristocracy. A woman doesn't come up and just say, "I'm a queen." No. You're not a queen unless a king appoints you. Ergo, you cannot love yourself unless a man loves you first, which is the same reason why you can't just declare yourself a king. You must be a queen. You must be appointed one by a king.
Damn.
Okay.
I do.
I'm sure you disagree.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
One at a time.
Who disagrees? Who disagrees?
Who doesn't agree?
Okay,
That was a
those-
read. That
you
was
disagree?
a read. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
I don't
you
disagree.
Okay, you disagree. Go ahead.
We're done
wanna,
with disagreeing.
You want to say why you disagree? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't feel like having a two-parent household really makes an effect. I had a single-parent household. I know people who had a two-parent household, and I feel like I was pretty much. I'm a good specimen. I'm a good catch.
Okay, you're the exception to the rule.
I feel like a lot of women who were raised by two parents, or some women who were raised by two parents, they actually have a more willingness to experience things that they were shunned from. So at the end of the day, they do end up going with the drug dealer or whatever you want to say, or the man who's not really necessarily the pick for them based off of their upbringing. So I disagree.
Statistically speaking, you're incorrect.
Let me give you an example.
Single parent households are one of the leading causes of degeneracy.
Yes.
I was in a single parent household.
Right,
I had
we're not
a very
talking.
loving mother, and I don't feel like I need to get love from a man in order to love myself. That's a weird.
Not the same,
exception to the rule. And let me use myself as an example. I was raised in a single parent household. I was raised by a weak father. I'm a 4-time convicted felon. I've been arrested 30 times. I take responsibility for my actions, but it would be disingenuous of me to sit here and say, well, I was raised by a single mother, but I turned out okay. Yeah, okay, I'm successful, but I've still got a lot of issues that came from being raised by a single mom. And I'm not going to deny that just because I was raised by a single mom. So good for you for being the exception to the rule. But there's a reason why 85% of the prison population was raised by single mothers.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's very important to note that just because you might not align with something doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't true still. If a majority of single parent household children are fuck ups, then it is what it is.
It looks like a duck.
Also,
yeah,
you repeated the same process as your mom, because your mom had your father, right? Who left? She
mother
or him?
I don't know. I think they just parted ways.
Her mother left.
Hold on.
Her mother left.
You had a man that took care of you. Things didn't go all the way as planned. Left right away. You didn't wait to say, you know what? He might bounce back. For me and him, I'm gonna wait. You just left right away. Just like your mom.
No, not necessarily right away.
Oh boy. All right.
It was like it gradually turned into that. So I was like, all right, yeah. Like I told you, the relationship was breaking apart. So I was like, yeah, we're good.
How long was it though?
I told you like that last 6 months or so. It was just going sour. So
Also like a time clock always.
Yep.
But it's what it is though.
And to be honest with you, actually gave him a little longer than most women. Most women wouldn't give him that long.
Grace.
6 months. Yeah.
Grace.
Yeah, the least you could do.
Still left though.
No, I think she was already done by the last.
Girls know they're going to leave you
was he
6 months
like
before they leave
was he
you.
like a good looking guy?
They do.
In my opinion, yeah.
That's a no. All right.
Oh boy. All right.
Bro, yeah, she's just with him because he took care of her. All right, let's go on. It's very obvious, bro. It's very obvious.
That's not true.
She couldn't provide anymore.
Hey, she saw that negative bank balance, and that was a wrap.
It was over.
I loved him.
I can tell everything about a man. I can tell everything about a man by the way a woman speaks about him.
Damn right.
Like, that tells you everything you need to know.
I adored that man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Until
So she saw you at negative $12 in his bank account.
Yeah.
She said, I'm out. Yo, she probably looked at that paperwork. She started packing her bag. She's like, nigga, I'm out.